What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Lenovo Star Wars Jedi Challenges. Obviously this isn't a Transformer or a third-party figure. This is something totally different. I never really review this kind of stuff. I got this for Christmas and I thought it was really cool. And I figured out a way to show you guys the actual gameplay. So I want to do that for sure, but this is kind of what I meant when I said I want to branch out a little bit in what I'm doing here on my videos. This is one of those things. So here's the front of the box. Really nice box, just nice quality. You've got Kylo Ren here and then a person kind of battling him with the lightsaber. I think you do get to Kylo Ren. I haven't gotten to him yet. On this side it says app enabled augmented reality. So this is an augmented reality. It's not a virtual reality. You can actually see through the headset to the surroundings around you. It comes with the lightsaber and a tracking beacon and the headset. So you do need a phone to play this game. I'm using a iPhone. I'm using an iPhone 6, and it works okay on this phone. The best is iPhone 8 or iPhone 7 or above. Actually works really well with this game. iPhone 6 is okay. I also tried several other platforms. Here's the app here, so we're going to try that out in just a minute. I also tried this on the Samsung S7 and also on a Motorola phone. I think of the G5 Plus. All of those didn't work well. They all had problems. They crashed, or they were laggy, or there was some problem with the graphics not lining up. So the best phone for this game is iPhone, and at a minimum iPhone 6s or better. I recommend iPhone 7 or better if you want the best experience, but you can use either one. So oops. So what I want to show you is kind of what comes in the box, and then we're going to do a demo of the actual gameplay itself. So it comes with this little tray here, and this is the lightsaber. It's actually a really good replica. If you look up and I got a lot of fingerprints on this thing because I've been playing with it, but it's a really good replica of the actual lightsaber from Star Wars. Other than this, I don't know if this was on. I think it was actually, but it's really high quality. So it's got this rubber, grip on the bottom. It's got this button right here, it's got a button right here, and the rest of it is all just for show. It's just for looks. It does light up when you turn it on. It turns white. I think when you sync it up, it changes color. So when you turn on the phone and the app, this thing changes color. So it doesn't actually have a blade, but in the augmented reality world, you'll see the blade. Let's turn that off. And we're going to show that to you in just a minute. So let's get that out of there. We also have the headset itself. Now, it looks like two little mirrors in there. So the way it works is you put your phone into the little cradle. Here's the cradle. And it fits lots of different phones. That's the really cool part about this thing, is it works with almost any phone. You can make it adjusted. The problem is it's not optimized for any phone, but you basically, you take your phone, and we'll actually do this now since we have, we're going to get it set up anyways. So you start up the app, it says Disney. You got to allow it to have access. So that's kind of what it looks like. It's just giving me a little preview.
Your inner Jedi.
It's weird they built this advertisement into the game. So you choose your language. And then you got to do a little bit of setup. So it says you got to have the app. I already have the app. Or not the app, you got to have the hardware, and I have the hardware. You can adjust the volume. If you have headphones, you can do headphones, but I found the headphones are kind of hard to get it in there. So now it wants me to turn on the lightsaber. So you go ahead and turn this on. And you should be able to, it says glow white. So you got to search for lightsaber. You're supposed to press the button. I found it, and it's got battery, so it's good. Now it wants me to do this, the lightsaber. So it's calibrated. It'll do that step again. No, I don't know how to do it again, so we'll come back to that. So here is the beacon. This is the little light beacon. Actually, I haven't even taken off the plastic here. Take off the plastic. It's just a little, it's so that the system knows where you are in space relative to the lightsaber and the headset itself. So it uses this kind of to position itself. So you want to turn this on. There's a 1 and a 2. It wants you to turn it to 1. So what that means is there's going to be an expansion to this game when they're going to do multiplayer, where you can do multiplayer battles. I don't know how it's going to work, but that's what 2 is for. They haven't released it yet. This is only 1 player right now, but it glows a purple color. It's hard to see it on the camera, but it turns purple. So that's on. And then it says remove your phone from its case and get the right cable, which I already have right here. It comes with all the cables. So it's got an iPhone cable, it's got a Android cable, it's got a USB-C, it's got everything you could want. So, and then you stick the phone in here. I believe you want to have, actually no, I'm going to go to the next step here. Now, open the headset and pull out the tray, open the tray. So here I have the tray. Now insert your phone. Oops. That's the only problem with this, is you end up pressing buttons when you don't mean to. It does have to go in the right direction. You can't just throw it in. You got to actually have it in the right orientation. And then you kind of push these little sliders to like fit it to your phone. So that's what I mean. It fits any phone. It's a really good design. Lenovo really thought this through before they released it. Okay, so I've got it in there. We got to get back to where we were. I'm going to plug in the cord here. And like I said, they have every cord that you could possibly want for smartphones. It should work for any modern smartphone will work. It does want you to have this stopper out like that so you can get it in. And so you can see how it kind of fits right, the screen fits right into the square there. So it's designed to work well with this phone. When I had the other phone, this screen was a little bit off and you had to pick the profile that fit the screen for that phone. So not every phone is optimized for this system. So like I said, iPhone is the best I've found, and in this case I have iPhone 6. So you want to open this little tray right there, and this just slides right in like that, and the audio is going to play through the phone. You're going to plug this in right here, and you see that little red light came on, so that means it's on. So I can actually see in there. So what we're going to do from this point forward, I'm going to record on the phone, and you guys will be able to see that recording. Unfortunately, when I record on the phone, you won't be able to hear me speak, so it's going to be a voiceover. So as soon as I get this working, I'm gonna record the screen, and then you'll see the gameplay, and I'll have a voiceover on top of that gameplay, so you can kind of I can tell you what I'm doing on the app. So that's it for this part of the introduction of the hardware. There's nothing else in here. It really is a good packaging. So we'll be right back once we get this all loaded up and ready to go, and you can watch the actual gameplay. So guys, throughout this video you're going to see 2 projections of the same image. This is because the iPhone is actually projecting 2 images, one for each eye. This is actually what shows up on the screen.
My friend in the Force. I am the keeper of knowledge stored in this holocron. You can call me the Archivist. The Force must be strong with you if you're able to access this holocron. I also see you bear the weapon of a Jedi, the lightsaber. That is a good sign. It will help you navigate the holocron. But before you activate the energy blade, you must learn how to properly wield it. Hold your lightsaber out in front of you and match my Jedi battle stance. When you're in the proper position, press the activation matrix on the hilt to begin your training. Very good. I sense this saber was meant for you. Let's try a simulation. I will watch.
Roger, roger.
Here comes your opponent, a B-1 battle droid. The droid is in range. Swing now. You have now taken your first step on the Jedi path. To become a Jedi, you must prove your skills by besting some of the most notable duelists throughout history. But to truly master this holocron, you must go even further, passing not only the trial of combat, but also the trials of leadership and insight. Most importantly, you must become a master of the Force.
That's the intro. Now you can actually play the 3 games, the strategic game, the lightsaber battles, and the holo chess game that showed in the original Star Wars.
This star chart contains locations to the trials I spoke of. Each planet represents a unique set of tests. Start your journey
Jedi,
on
get
Naboo. Welcome. In this and subsequent challenges, your leadership in battle will be tested in simulations inspired by galactic events. This one imagines a conflict on Naboo between Republic clones and Separatist droids. Let's take a quick look at the battlefield, shall we? The battlefield is divided into 2 areas. Your territory is shown in yellow. Your opponent is in red. You can only place units in your territory. Raise your lightsaber to access the command center. Wave left or right to select different units. Select a laser tower. Good. Now place your laser tower on the highlighted space. Then press the activation matrix on your lightsaber to confirm. Excellent. Now have the laser tower target the door by gazing at it and pressing your lightsaber's activation matrix.
These doors are jammed. Battle droids inbound. Take defensive positions.
Well done. At any time during a battle, you can assign a high priority target to other objects by doing the same. Now your clone soldiers can charge into battle and protect Naboo against the droids and the Separatists.
They're gaining ground on us. We need extra support.
Your troops need strong leadership to help focus their efforts. Select a leader from the command center and place him on the battlefield.
We have enemy ships bringing reinforcements.
So this game is pretty much a strategy game where you can set up the forces and the protection, and you kind of have to advance on the field, sort of like StarCraft. You can't move any of the individual characters, but you can position them to win the battle.
Unit has entered the field. You can pause the simulation at any time, select the unit you wish to know more about, and press the activation matrix. You can use heroes to turn the tide of battle. Place Obi-Wan Kenobi on the field to push back the enemy forces. Learning history is the only surefire way to never repeat it.
So here they've taught you how to play the strategy game. It obviously gets a lot harder. They pretty much give you all the instructions on these right away, and then later it gets definitely harder. They also give you unlock something every time you play one of these games, and usually it's something to make the game a little easier. And then it takes you back to the title screen where you can pick a new game or go to a new world. And you can also kind of rotate the world using the lightsaber and kind of moving it almost like a mouse. It's pretty cool actually. So we're stuck on Naboo right now because everything else is locked, so we're going to go take a look at the lightsaber battle next.
First, remember to assume your Jedi battle stance. Activate. Now you must center yourself and your blade in the Force. Very good. You're centered. The Force flows through you and your blade. It's time for the first wave. Watch for opponents. That battle droid is outside of striking range, but you can block his fire. Place your saber in the path of the blaster. Nice work, but be careful. Another wave of enemies is approaching. Patience is key in combat. Let your opponents come to you.
So you can see you can actually deflect the lasers right back at them and get them. You have to have the angle right, it doesn't just go back automatically. You can also slice them when they get close to you, they kind of light up and then you can slice them. And each one can be sliced up differently, so it's not just a repeated animation. You can, depending on where you hit it, it'll break differently.
Stay focused and stay within the boundary lines.
Let's get him! Get through. I wasn't programmed to handle this. I hope that doesn't mean
B2 battle droids are stronger than their predecessors, also known as super battle droids. They are better armored and possess a blaster cannon for their own. Enemies appear brighter when they're within striking range.
I'm not the droid I used to be.
Wait until your enemies are in range to strike with your blade. I can picture how bravely you would have fought in the Clone Wars.
So that's the lightsaber battle. It's actually the coolest part of the game, I think. Very responsive and it looks pretty good. We're going to move on to the Holo Chess game. This is probably the most boring, but it's still interesting. There's still a lot of strategy there.
Welcome to Holo Chess. The Holo Chess variation you will learn has been played for millennia. Let the Force be your guide as you move your pieces. You will begin by playing a pre-programmed opponent. The Mantelian Savrip will be your first piece. Though it is slow, few creatures can survive the power of its punch. It's your turn. Select your Savrip and a tile to move it to. It moves one space per turn. Use your gaze and the crosshair to make selections. Now it's the program's turn. I have given it a Hoojix and a creature called a Kenton Strider. Be mindful of it, for what was gone can sometimes return, just as nothing is lost in the Force. Your opponent's turn. It's your turn. The program has moved its Kenton Strider closer to your Savrip. Interesting. Select an adjacent creature to attack. The Savrip easily overpowers the Strider, demonstrating that great force is sometimes needed to pacify an opponent. It's your turn. Congratulations! You have won your first match of Holo Chess.
So that's pretty much it for the Holo Chess game. You obviously get more and more pieces as you go on, and it gets a little bit harder as you go. This is just an introduction to the game, but the strategy gets a little bit hard, almost like chess. It gets a little harder, and you do unlock new pieces for the board. Pretty cool part of the game. Now there are other worlds you can go to, and actually a lot of the worlds are locked right now because we haven't finished all the things. I actually switched this phone several times. So it's a pretty good game. They just came out with an update for it, and it's for the Last Jedi update. So I'm not sure what they uploaded in the game, but if you're interested in the videos, please subscribe and like. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of this, and we'll see you next time.